Hello, this is Wanda, and this is Diaspora Connect. I hope that you can hear me clearly. I decided to do a quick live. I was at the local cafe, and it's about to get dark, but I wanted to do a quick live because a lot of people left. So I wanted to come on here live to you, and I wanted to first of all thank my subscribers. I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for taking time to listen to what I have to say. Please like, share, and subscribe. And today I have on my Tanzanian shirt. I have on my Tanzanian shirt today. I'm excited because I wore my Tanzanian shirt. And just wanted to do this quick video and to talk about why Africa. Some people were asking me, why did I decide to come to Africa out of all the places to come? Why Africa? Well, the reason that I decided to come to Africa is back in 2018, I received a revelation from the uncreated creator that my true home was not America, because I was asking questions. I was asking him, why are we treated so awfully and horribly, and why are we murdered, and why has this been happening, and when is it going to ever stop? And I just had a bunch of questions that I was praying about, and then I received the response via biblical scriptures as well as in my spirit. When the creator speaks to me in my spirit. So it's like in my heart I can hear it, but not necessarily in my ears, but in my spirit. So it's like I can get answers that way. It's hard to describe and explain, but he showed me and told me that my home is the continent of Africa. It is not America. America is the land of my slavery, the land of my captivity, and that I would never be treated with dignity and respect as long as I'm in America, because it's not my home. So I got that message from the uncreated creator, the Almighty, the Most High Yah, the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's the message that I received from him. So what I did was I was, just basically having this conversation with him. And I was like, I've never been to the continent. I don't know where to begin. So I didn't get an answer from him. So I just waited, patiently prayed. And then lo and behold, the year of return, 2018, the year of return came around to go. Ghana was hosting a year of return. So I was like, that is my opportunity to come to the continent, to visit, at least to see how it is, and just to get an idea of where I wanted to move, because I knew I was coming back. I do not ask me how I didn't know how, but I knew that I would be eventually coming back. So that's what I was doing. And so, I just, hello. And so that's what I was planning to come back. So my first visit was to Ghana. I went to Ghana and I went for the year return. I did 2 weeks in Ghana. I did the whole tourist thing: Slave Dungeon, Slave Castle, Slave River, Julius. Anyway, the first president, the Pan-Africanist, I visited his mausoleum, and W.E.B. Du Bois, and so I did the whole tour. Julius Nyerere, yeah. So I went to his mausoleum and the whole tour. So I spent 2 weeks in Ghana, and then when I got back to the U.S., I said, that's my home. I felt it in my spirit. I was like, I felt so at home when I landed, and I knew, okay, that's my home. So at that point, I was planning on how to get back to the continent of Africa. And thus today, I'm in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I initially got a flight. So I got back in August of 2018. And that same year, was it 2018 or 2019? Oh, so 2019, I booked a flight to South Africa. And so I was going to go visit South Africa since I went to the West Coast, then I wanted to go to the South, and then I was going to visit the East. But I booked a flight to South Africa, and then Corona hit. And then I think, oh, wait a minute, the year of return was in 2019, I think. Yeah. So in 2019, then I booked a flight for May in 2020 to go to South Africa before Corona hit. So Corona hit in 2020 in February. My flight was in May. And then everything happened so fast. My flight got canceled 3 times. South Africa was closed. And then I was flying with Qatar Airline. And so I asked Qatar, good morning, Lex, good morning. So I asked the airline if they would please change my flight to go to Tanzania, because Tanzania was the only country that was open. All the other countries were closed. And so I was flying with Qatar, and they have a hub in Dar. So they were like, yes. So they changed my flight from South Africa to Dar. And so I said, hey, I'm coming to Dar. So I was able to get my flight changed, and it left in July, like the second week in July. So I've been here since last year, July. And that's how when I got to Tanzania, I did not know T shillings. I did not know Swahili. I didn't know anything. But you know what I said? I know the Most High, uncreated, created, the Almighty, spoke to me and told me that the continent of Africa is my home, and that I need to go back there. So I knew he would provide a way out of no way for me. So I said, I'll take a chance with my brothers and sisters on the continent that look like me, and I'll figure it out. I was like, I'll figure it out. And so I was just so ready to go. I said, at that point, I was just so disgusted with the United States. I was disgusted. I was fed up. I was tired of the murders and the killing and the oppression and the disrespect. I was just fed up with it. I was just fed up. I was just at my wits' end with it. And then, of course, Corona hit, and it was more of a reason for me to get, because it was so much lockdowns and so much going on, but Tanzania was calm. So that's where I'm going. And it was the only country open on the continent, because I was saying, okay, if I could get to Tanzania, at least I'll be on the continent. And then once everything opens back up, I can go to South Africa, I can go to Botswana, I can go wherever I want to go. But I knew that once I got to the continent, that I would be safe. I just felt like I was not safe in the United States. And I felt like that my spirit was telling me, as long as you get on the continent of Africa, then you'll be safe. And that's how I felt. I'm like, I couldn't even relax until I left. I was so stressed out, and I was so fearful in America. I lived in fear because there was just so much going on with Mzungus killing Black people and them harassing us, and I just didn't feel safe. And so, so when I was flying, I left in July. Airport was totally empty. It was nice. Everything was so clean and spotless and just sanitized. It was amazing. That's the best flight I had. And then I slept. I had the whole seat. I was able to lay out on the plane. So I flew the 12 hours to Doha, and then I think 6 hours from Doha to Tanzania. But when I got to Doha, I was still kind of nervous, because I was thinking, the U.S. is going to come and get me and make me go back to the United States. So I was so scared. I was just fearing for my life. I was like, they're going to come and try to get me and keep me from leaving, because, they don't want the slaves to leave. They will burn everything down to keep us from leaving. They will destroy everything to keep us from leaving, because we're the backbone of that country. We built it. So they don't want us to leave. They might say go back to Africa, but they don't really mean that. They will destroy it. They're like, they remind me of the so-called terrorist bombers, where they have the bomb strapped around them and they're gonna blow everything up, including themselves. That's what they remind me of. So I was so scared when I was in Doha. But when I got on that plane to come to Tanzania, when I got into African airspace, I knew it. I said, you know what? They can't get me now. I'm in African airspace. I'm gone. And so that's how I ended up on the continent of Africa. That's why I came to the continent of Africa, because this is actually my home. I'm actually African, I know I was born in America. I was born and raised in America. I understand that, but I'm African. Just because I was born and raised in America does not mean that's my home. That's not my home. Because if that was my home, I wouldn't be getting murdered in the street. I wouldn't be dealing with oppression and harassment and just total disrespect. That's not my home. My home is the continent of Africa. I don't know where. That's the thing. I don't know where, because my ancestors were stolen over 500 years ago. And so they destroyed every trace of any connection that we would have here. Language, ancestors, everything. They destroyed it all. The good thing is there is DNA that you can do to see what your bloodline is and how it connects to different tribes here on the continent. Um, Thanks, Lex. So, um, so you could do that. So that's one way that you can find out where you belong. Many people ask me, um, you know, where's your, the Tanzanians really don't understand. They just have no clue about just having not an identity and not knowing where you are from, because they know their tribes, they know their family and their culture and their everything about themselves. They know they may not have a whole lot of resources at this time, but they are rich, because they remind me of the scripture in Revelations 2:9 and 3:9, uh, uh, 3:9, Revelations 3:9, where it says that I know you're suffering tribulation and pain or something like that, but thou art rich. Okay, so that's what the continental Africans are. They have a lot of struggles, they have tribulations and things that they had to go through due to colonization. But guess what? They are rich because of who they are, because of their spirit. Their spirit is pure. Africans have a pure spirit, and when I say Africans, I'm saying every melanated people, Africans, Bantu, melanated people. Their spirit is pure. So thou art rich. So read Revelations 3:9, because that's talking about you, continental Africans. You may have tribulation, you may not have a lot of money, you may have issues, whatever, of trying to figure out how to maintain and survive, but thou art rich because of who you are, because your bloodline, because your spirit is pure. Okay? So, but anyway, so that's why Africa. And then when I asked a lot of my friends and family to come to the continent with me, they said to me, why? Why Africa? Like, why all the places, why Africa? Just like that. And I'm like, why not? Why not Africa? We are from the continent. We were stolen over 500 years ago. We were stolen. The first slave ship that landed in the Americas the first one was from the Congo. So of course I'm a Bantu and we migrated throughout the continent. Some people say, oh, we're from South Africa. Some people say, oh, we're from West Africa. Some people say, oh, you're from East Africa. Let me tell you something. We're from all over the continent. There's not one place, but that first slave ship came from the Congo, because we did migrate. So we lived in a lot of different places on the continent. We lived, in my opinion, I'm no expert by any means, but my spirit is telling me that we are originally from the Congo. That's just me. You don't have to agree. But I believe most of the African Americans or Black people are Congolese. That's what I believe. I consider myself Congolese or Bantu. Okay? So we were stolen over 500 years ago. And so that's how we ended up in the Western countries. So, yep. So that's how we ended up in the Western countries. So the Western countries are not our home. So I'm doing this video as an educational piece for the Tanzanians, because a lot of them don't really know who we are and why we're here. Like, a lot of them ask me, why is there so many African Americans coming here? What is going on? They don't know. Well, the thing is, it's time for us to come back home. We were stolen, okay? We were stolen from our home. The continent of Africa is our home, okay? We don't know where, but if you can look at us, look at our features, you can tell that we belong here. We look like different tribes. We don't know. You have to tell us. Like people tell me all the time, you look like a Chaga, or you look like Kosa, or some people told me two other tribes here. I don't know all the different tribes, but so many people tell me I look like Tanzanian tribe. So I could be. I just don't know. So it's up to me to research and find out who I am and who I was created to be. We can't expect the slaver or the captor to teach us who we are. We must come out of her. We must come out of the US. We must come out of the UK. We must come out of Jamaica. We must come out of Haiti. We must come out of all these other countries and come back to where we originated. That's the continent. The main issue that we are having doing this is many of the continental Africans, they don't see, they see us as foreigners, which, yes, we're foreigners because we have a different passport. And yes, we're foreigners because we weren't born here, but we're also Africans. And so we have to teach each other that we are all Africans. We just been dispersed through the four corners of the earth. The biblical scriptures tell you that we were dispersed and why we were dispersed. So if you don't understand who we are, look at the scriptures, read the scriptures. It tells us that we will be dispersed to the four corners of the earth, but in the last days, we will be regathered together, we will be returned, because this is where we originated from. Okay? So you always come back to where you're from. So just because we were stolen and taken to the West and enslaved, that was a punishment for us. But we have served that punishment and it's done. So now it's time for us to come back home to the continent. Okay? So that's why we are here. That's why we're coming here in numbers. This is called a mass exodus. Okay? And we're coming back to the continent in all the countries. So if one country doesn't want us, if one country doesn't accept us, we'll go to another. So it's okay. It's no need to get upset. It's no need to, have issues with each other. If for example, if Ghana's accepting us, but some countries are not. Like some people say Tanzania is not accepting us. It is what it is. I look at it like this. This continent of Africa belongs to the Almighty Yah, the uncreated creator, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He owns this. So we're his children. We have a right to be here. So you may see us as a foreigner because we have this passport. And because we were stolen away, we can't help that we have this passport because we were taken unwillingly. We didn't willingly go. We were taken against our will from our home. Okay. So, some of us are a little sensitive about that. If some of the African countries are saying, why are they coming here? Why so many? This is a mass exodus. It's spiritual. It's nothing to do with anything. It's controlled by the uncreated creator who created us. He created us from the dirt of the ground. The dirt of the African soil is brown and it's red. When have you ever seen white dirt? Okay, so Adam and Eve look like me. They were created from the dirt. So Moses hid amongst the Egyptians. He looked like me. Okay, so the Mashiach or the Messiah or Jesus hid amongst the Egyptians. Guess what? He looked like me. Okay, so continental Africans, just letting you know, the Mashiach, the Messiah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah looks like us, this color. He's not pale skin, okay? So that image that you see, the pale skin image, that's somebody else. That's not the creator of heaven and earth. That's not the Lion of the tribe of Judah. That's not our king that's going to come back and we're going to reign with him. He don't look like that. He don't look like that. He look like this. He has color to him, okay? If he hid among Egyptians, Egyptians are black, okay? Moses hid amongst Egyptians. He was raised with Egyptians. As an Egyptian, they're black. Okay, so let's get that clear. That's what we think as Bantu or as Israelites is I ain't gonna say think, we know that the creator, that the son of the Most High Yah looks like us. And even the Most High Yah, I would say he's black too, because his people are black. His people are melanated. We're the sun people, okay? We're the strongest in this world. We're dominant. Our genes are dominant. And the man is the seed. and he's the ultimate man. So anyway, I'm just doing this quick video to say, because people keep asking me, why Africa? Why didn't you pick any other places? Because Africa is the place of safety. Not all the countries, but this is the place of safety, because the continent of Africa, let me tell you something about the motherland, okay? The Most High, the uncreated creator, will never destroy this continent, ever. He will destroy every other country. He will never destroy the continent of Africa. Yes, you might have issues, you might have wars and drama going on, fighting amongst each other, the brothers fighting each other, Africans fighting each other. We shouldn't be doing that, brothers. Africans, we shouldn't be fighting each other. South Africa, please, these leaders, Zuma, and I don't know too much about politics, but Zuma and Ramaphosa, they brothers. We shouldn't be fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? We should love each other. We got the other men fighting us. We got the other nations fighting us. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be coming together. I mean, I know we got issues and we don't always get along and we don't see eye to eye, but we need to figure it out, because we cannot destroy each other. We got to build each other up. And even continental Africans and diaspora, African Americans, whatever you want to call us, African Americans, Bantu, Hebrew, Negro, whatever you want to call us, we're Africans at the end of the day. We look just alike. Our blood, our DNA. Our DNA it shows who we are, not your passport. My passport says America. I'm not an American. I'm a Black American. I'm a lower class. I'm a slave class. I'm not an American. If America was to come over here to get its people to Tanzania, it wouldn't get me. They'll look at me and say, oh, you staying with your people. They know who we are. Okay? I just want you continental Africans to know who we are and understand why we're here. We're not trying to take over. We're not trying to take anything from you guys. We want to help. We want to build together. We want to give. We don't want to be like the other nations. They come here and they make money and send it back to their country. All these other Arabs and Indians and Chinamen and all these different nations come here, Mzungu, come here to get money to send it back to Europe. We are coming and bringing the European money here and spending it here. We're trying with locals. We specifically buy Black. We specifically spend our money on continental African businesses because we are strategic in what we're doing here. We're not here to enrich other nations. We're here to enrich the continent. We're bringing our intellectual resources, and we're bringing our monetary, material, resources, money, skills, everything we've ever learned in the West. We're bringing it back to the continent. I haven't worked from Mzungu in about a year, and it feels amazing. I've been working for myself. Yes, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. I won't doubt it. It's been a little struggle, trying to get sources of income, but I'm doing it. I got my business and I'm just building that up. I help other people to try to come back to the continent that want to come. I do that. So it's slow. It's slow, poly, but which is slow. I'm working on it, but I have been feeling, I feel so free. Not having to work for a Mzungu and them lording over me and my talent and my gifts. All my gifts and talents were given to me by the uncreated creator to use for my people, to build up the continent of Africa, to build up my nation. Okay? So I think that's it. I just wanted to do this video about Africa. Why Africa? Because a lot of people, especially continental Africans, I hope that they watch this, because this is kind of like an educational moment for them to understanding who we are and why we're here. It is a little difficult with the immigration situation, and they keep asking, because I know they ask a lot of us, why are you guys here? What are you doing? And we're like, we're just visiting right now, but we're trying to find out who we are and where we belong. I mean, because we're visiting several countries. We're going to Ghana, we're going to Gambia, we're coming here, we're going to South Africa, we're going to Zambia, we're going to Uganda, Rwanda. The countries that are safe, we're going to. Not the ones that are fighting and going through civil war and issues. Those are not the ones we're trying to focus, go to. We want to go to the countries that are at peace, and Tanzania is one of the bigger ones, and it's large enough. Like, we don't want the continental Africans to feel like we're invading on their space. So here in Tanzania, it's large and huge enough for us to come, and we can buy land, we can do agriculture and farming, which that is the major area we should focus on, because there's so much land here. We buy animals. We need to help the economy. We need to build up the continent. So that is just my perspective on why Africa, and it's just my personal perspective. I just wanted to do this video because I think it's very important now that I have a few more Tanzanian followers. They've been following me, and so I just wanted to use this platform as an opportunity to teach them who we are and why we think the way we do. Many of us we're different, so we're not all the same. As you can see, you have some that have issues and some that things are kind of smooth, and some, it's like different personalities, just like you guys are not the same. We can't generalize all Tanzanians and say, oh, they all the same. Like you guys don't have your own individual personalities. Yes, you are Tanzanian, but you all are different. Some have been raised a certain way. Some have gone to school. Some, you guys are all different. And it's the same with us. Some of us are younger, not as experienced. Some of us are older with a little bit more experience. Some of us are humble. Some of us are a little outspoken. And, we have different personalities. And I think even with Tanzanians, you guys have different personalities too. So let's not group all of us together and say, all African Americans are blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Because we're different. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video, and let me see. Madagascar. Okay, yeah, come on. Okay, yeah. So I just want to do this video because I like to give you guys a perspective of my thoughts and how I feel about being on the continent, and trying to, assimilate into the culture, and feeling appreciative for having the opportunity to be here. It's very peaceful. It's very calm here. And I feel free. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I feel free. I feel like I can be who I was created to be. Like, I can wake up and I don't have people harassing me and bothering me and trying to use me for my skills, for my intellectual properties, for anything that I have, because that's what we're so accustomed to happening to us, that people are constantly trying to use us in the States, in America. They're constantly trying to use us for our abilities, for our knowledge. So just keep in mind the place that you want to run to, America, because some Tanzanians say, oh, I want to go visit America. Well, that place that you think is so great, we made it great. The backs of slaves, it was built off the backs of slaves, our ancestors. We made it great. It was great because of us. And then once we leave and come back to the continent, guess what? The continent will be great because it'll get its people back. It's not like we're so, we're so superb that we're going to make the continent great. No. It's the fact the circle of life will be completed and the two sticks will come back together. And the scriptures talk about that. If you look up the two sticks, it'll talk about the two sticks coming back together as it should have been initially, but we were pulled apart and we were dispersed to the four corners of the earth. So now by its coming back with our brothers and sisters, the two sticks are coming back together as one. So we can build together, and all these kingdoms that we've built for Mazungus and all these other nations, we can do that right here on the continent, and we can make Africa great. America was great because of us, but now we can make Africa great because we're all coming back home. Not that we would make it great, but we would do it as a collective, as a unit, as a family together. We pull our resources together, pull our thoughts, we pull our ideas together and do business and work harmonize together. And just do things together and build up the continent for the benefit of all Africans. So there should not be anybody poor on the continent of Africa. There should not be poverty in that sense, in that, we should work together, and we should build it up in such a way in every country. We should build it up in such a way that there is no poverty in terms of, like, people living and not having things that they need, the necessities. We could do it. as we work together, because we have the ideas to help streamline stuff through logistics to help make things more efficient. And then you have all the resources here. You have everything here. You don't think you're rich, but you're rich because all the other nations, they drain you, they take from you, they pull your gold and your coltan and for the cell phones and the copper, everything that's of any substance is right here on the continent, and then the other nations, they're draining it from you. So you're rich, like the scripture said, Revelations 3:9. Read it. That's talking about you, continental Africans. You are rich. Tribulation and turmoil, and you might have a struggle financially, but you are rich. Okay. All right, so I'm going to end this live. I just wanted to do this quick video. It's getting dark, so it's time for me to go home. I try to be home before it's dark. So, okay, so I'm going to end this video, and then we will talk again soon. I will do another video in a couple of days. And please, please, please like, share, and subscribe so I can get my likes up, so we can get this in circulation, and I can get my subscriptions up. I'm like at 750, so I'm almost at 1,000. Because once I get to 1,000, I can be monetized. So it's very good. I'm just excited because that'll be a little bit of money, a little change. So, okay. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Kwaheri.